but you've had to change yourself and you're praying for an end of that. But I think your prayers are being answered, but you've got to let this situation draw to a close. Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now this is a general reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. At the minute, Saturn and Jupiter is probably well worth looking at as well. So it's a general reading. Roles can be reversed. Time's not absolute. You're watching tarot cards on YouTube. You know the score on this one. All the details about the reading are below. One thing I would like you to do is just take a moment and focus on all of the questions that are around you and pick one of them. Focus on that one. Energy in, energy out, basically. But focus on that one question, but do be aware of all the various questions you've got going on around you, because the cards will answer whatever they please, not necessarily what you and I think are the most important answers. So I think that's, oh yes, there's a past and a present in this reading. And especially with the present, if the present don't fit, it's not for you. It's I can't read for every single Virgo. It's whoever comes here. But with my viewing figures, I don't really need to worry about that yet. But nevertheless, if it's not for you, it's not for you. Don't try and make it fit. So now I've said all that, let's see if the software will behave, and let me transfer to the big screen. Because as I was shuffling all the cards, lots of the oracle decks jumped out. We have Demeter with Harvest, 7th Chakra Archangel Uriel, card number 41 of Energy Oracle, Mary Magdalene, Unconditional Love, Magic Prayer, Magical Shapeshifter, and Cherishing Self. And on the bottom of the deck we have the Prince of Pentacles, the Empress, and the Five of Swords. So there is some conflict that is around you at the moment, but you stand to profit from this, and you should see my shuffle video appear here. But no, you stand to profit from this, whatever this conflict is. And it's going to leave you in a good place to step forward, because I gather that you are feeling quite stressed at the moment. For how you are feeling, we have the 10 of Wands with the burden that you are pulling, and you are getting somewhere. This is something that you, on this particular 10 of Wands, I don't feel that he's just pulling at that pyramid apex and not getting anywhere. He's pulling that pyramid apex and he is getting somewhere. He is strong. That's you here. So that's, you may be feeling burdened, but remember that you are strong. And yes, things are coming down around you. But I want to say, I think that's a good thing. I think there's, bear in mind, for the period that we're doing this reading, we have the peak of the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. Death, transformation, old ways changing, all that sort of thing. You can watch various astronomers wax lyrical about it for ages. And 4 of Wands, you are committed to something. You are committed to something that you are putting a lot of effort in, but you're feeling quite stressed about it by the looks of things. And somebody around you, someone around you is feeling quite hurt. And they feel that you've been acting on your lower nature and not supporting them in the way that they expect. I did not expect that to be coming out. But that Chains card there is a Devil card. So let me grab my Demon Possessed Tarot, because it's great for clarifying the Devil card when it comes out. But yeah, there is somebody... Okay, that one wants to jump out. And we've got the Knight of Wands. Oh, could it be somebody who just reacts a little bit too rash about things? And now that they're pouting, that you're not supporting them while they're in so much pain because of this, whatever it is. I'm so tempted to just facilely say ignore it, but the fact that it's appearing in the reading means that you can't necessarily. But let's have a look. Because you came from, this is the more distant past. This is a relevant past that is defining how you act at the moment, from lessons that you've learned, for good or for ill. You were in a superbly talented and secure position when I think that you were guided, maybe slightly off your path, by the advice of someone who was doing it more as an intellectual exercise than anything else. Maybe they thought they were advising you correctly, but it was showing their own bias that they couldn't see. And you did gain clarity about this and decided to set on a path of your own, because you abandoned the path that they offered you and decided to make plans on your own path, being quite dissatisfied with everything that was going on, which leads us into here, the Five of Pentacles, where you were leaving things behind. Simple as that. You were leaving things behind. You were put into a role where maybe this clarity had given you a role of, there is a lot to do and I've got to get it done, which you wanted to. But an offer was made to you that showed you an aspect of yourself that you weren't particularly proud of. And that was, I think, what inspired you to go, right, okay, I've crippled myself here financially, morally, whatever. And it's time for me to move on. You spent some time, yes. Nine of Pentacles and the Hermit. So you spent some time on your own, being clarified by some time on your own, but you were seeking your own inner light, because we have the High Priestess here as well. And it was almost like there were certain things that you were hiding from, but also there were certain secrets that you were keeping, and it was necessary for you to keep them. But it put you into a position of going, well, where am I going now? I'm not hearing the guidance. I'm not feeling that my path is opening up to me. Now, I'm not saying that it was a bad thing for you to keep these secrets. I think actually you did that for all the right reasons. But nevertheless, news of this got out. And I feel that maybe you wanted to try and bury your head in the sand from the consequences of this, but because of these secrets, results have just been seen coming into your world. Now, I don't think these secrets are yours, and the justice that has come down has affected you, but not as you're guilty or anything else. It's just like the knock-on effect. And you've actually ended up in a fairly good place with this. Yes, you've had to slow down the cutting things away, because I feel like whatever this justice came down, it started eroding at things that you consider to be your house and home, which will explain that Tower card in how you're feeling. But you don't have to cut everything out yourself. You can tame what has been going on, but you already know this because you've been doing it. But that justice will still come. But remember, I think by the looks of things, you've acquitted yourself quite well here, because where you are right now, everything is finally out in the open. You are free to move forward without the burden of heavy memories holding you back, because it's all done and sorted and you are moving on from it. There is still the reaction of somebody who's going to be quite angry but quite slow to act. And you can easily have the swiftness to move out of their way and find a place of sanctuary. And then when they come to react to you, they're the one that has the Tower moment, not you. You can literally reflect it all back. You have been praying for this. Let's have a look at these. Now I've looked at all this. Yes, you need to start cherishing yourself. And I don't think you were cherishing yourself by keeping them secrets, but I don't think you were not cherishing yourself. It was irrelevant to whether you were cherishing yourself or not, those secrets. But you've had to really listen to your guidance with that high priestess that we see there, and listen to your gut, more your gut than what you think is the hocus pocus spooky guidance from spirit. But bear in mind that they're sort of the same thing. But you've had to change yourself, and you're praying for an end of that. But I think your prayers are being answered. But you've got to let this situation draw to a close. So yes, that person who is slow moving but angry, and they're not short of a bob or two, but they will trip themselves up. Simple as that. They will trip themselves up. Let them get on with it. You need to concentrate on the love that you are giving, mainly to yourself at the moment, because I can't see whose secrets these are that you were keeping, because I do get the impression that they weren't necessarily yours and you were doing it for the right reasons, but you were protecting somebody. But there's somebody who you were protecting I have not seen in this reading yet. So yeah, listen to your guidance and you will receive a harvest, because there's some time for you to wait for this all to blow over, but there's no need to worry about what you lose right now. Anything that you lose from this point on, great. And I know that's probably not how you're feeling, but the devastation, you can reflect back at that person who is angry but slow moving and well off. But there's what you lose in this process is stuff that you want to get rid of anyway. So if anything disappears, don't waste any time mourning it, because it wasn't supposed to be there anymore. Illumination is coming. You've just got to wait a little time. And yes, you're going to be on your own during this waiting period. And then we have the lovers, which I'm seeing as a force that is lifting you out of this alone time. Maybe some of the stress, but to be quite honest, Virgo, you should be able to get yourself out of this stress. You don't need anybody else to do it. Your ships will come in on this, and yes, they'll be slow moving, but you have the strength to go, you know what? This is coming to a close now. This is the end chapter. Let me go and write my sequel. Mine. Okay, so you don't need anybody to lift you out of that situation. A hand will be offered, but by that point, it would be a good idea for you to have done as much of this shadow work and forgiving yourself and healing and not feeling under stress and just having the peaceful, I can accept whatever the world throws at me sort of attitude, because it will do you good. And then whoever this is that's lifting you out, you're not beholden to them in any way, shape or form. They've simply opened a door for you. They're not dragging you through kicking and screaming, which there's a chance you could be kicking and screaming, but you would be wrong. I'm being perfectly non-directive here, can you tell? But you would be wrong. And that would put you in a position of owing them something, because afterwards you would be going, why the hell was I kicking and screaming? That wasn't exactly the right thing to do. But you should know that before you go through this door that's opened for you, because it is coming into a next level. It's coming into a fertile stage, and we have the Justice here reversed. If you have any culpability with keeping those secrets, I think you can sidestep it. Maybe not the most honest of things to do, but I don't see anything wrong in it. I don't think that you've actually you've been helping people by keeping these secrets, not harming them. But the wisdom of not getting involved in something like that ever again, I think, will come to you. But there's more wisdom that will be coming to you about this entire situation. So maybe this hangman is telling me that somewhere along here, some of those secrets weren't secrets, they were lies. And so you were keeping them secret all the time, not knowing that they were lies. Which is no wonder you've been feeling like you've been pulling such a heavy burden. Because I think you're worried that all you get left is change a little scary for you, Virgo. We've got the Four of Pentacles where you're protecting what is yours and moving along away from your city. But I also want to say that you're protecting what is yours, also with going with all these pentacles under your arm, going, hey, these are mine. Look at my Ace Pentacles. I've got great pentacles. And then clarifying that, we have death and death. So change and more change. And this is in your hopes and fears. So you're wanting change and you're scared of change because you're scared of what you're going to lose. Anything that you're losing at the moment, I didn't know those cards were there. Anything that you're losing at the moment, good. You don't need it. Okay, so stop feeling like everything's crumbling. You're getting rid of the crap. So final outcome. Well, let's have a look at a potential future, one to grab or avoid. Okay. There is an element of what's going on at the minute is a game that you're playing. Okay, or it will be a game that you're playing. And I don't mean that as in manipulative or scheming or anything like that. I don't mean anything underhand. I mean just that you've got to be quite strategic and skillful and make sure that you are aware of all of the aspects that are coming to you, because there's plenty of options, but you will be guided by your own intuition. Just make sure that you listen to it. I would say avoid the one that all your peers are going, oh yes, go for it. Oh yes, go for it. It's going to be those whose opinion matters to you, if they're the ones that say go for it. You know, not just because people want to go, oh yeah, go on. Yeah, see, it's great that they're doing that. Not, it's great for them that they're, meaning you, that they're doing that. Just, it's great that they're doing that. I wanted to see that happen. Yeah, no, that's not the right reason to encourage you. The right reason to encourage you is, no, it will be good for you to do this. Because you have that new beginning if you listen to your intuition, and there will be victory for you. But some of the people that are around you that are encouraging you to do things, I'm not necessarily going to ascribe negative motivations to them at all. I just think they can't see beyond the end of their nose. So ask the thinking people about any options that you are considering. But don't go to someone, what do I do? Go to someone, I'm considering this. What do you think? And give them one of those many options that you're considering. And go to experts. If you are wanting a job as a mechanic, go and talk to a mechanic. If you're wanting a job as a decorator, talk to your friend who is a decorator. Don't talk to the decorator about what garage to go work at, and don't talk to the mechanic about what paint shop to go work at. Go to a level of skill. There is a lot of movement coming for you. There are a lot of good movement. That's why you've got to free yourself of some of this stuff. But let's face it, these secrets or facts or what have you, they're starting to come out into the open now. The backlash is already looming on the horizon. Get that over and done with. You're going to be safe from it. But you have motion. You have holiness. This is a good time for you to start listening to your guidance and listening to your dreams, because There is a dream for you to grab hold of, and I don't think you know quite what that is yet. Mainly because you've been burdened all of this time. So let's have a look at the rest of the oracle cards. Let love be the center of my life, echoing that unconditional love. So notice where love is coming to you, and notice where you are and are not giving yourself love. And again, third time in a row, a personal issue reaches resolution. This came out in the last 2 readings I did. Oh, how bizarre. There is a lot of similar themes, but again, Saturn and Pluto conjunction. There will be similar themes with the other readings. But yes, you have all the protection that you need. What you need to do is move forward. You just have to be careful, examine the past actions and work out which were good and which weren't, because you're coming into your own kingdom, you're coming into your present power, you are breaking patterns. So you need to see where you've made mistakes in the past. This is a time of creation. This is a time for you holding the space ready, and holding the space is not being overly protective of stuff. There's very little that you need to be protecting, and you already know what that is, and that will be protected by you and by spirit. You need to be acting from a point of care and compassion, of there's equality coming in this situation, which is what those 2 justice cards were about. Oh, look, Matt and justice. It's time now to merge, and this is what I think this Hierophant card is saying here, because there's that element of it being the Pope, being the head of the church, and here we have the Jade Emperor, symbolizing organization. It's time to become part of something that is bigger than you, even though I think from these cards it is also you. But I'm maybe talking about joining an organization, joining a social circle, joining a group of friends in the real world, you know what I mean. But also aligning with spirit, aligning your gut, your heart, your third eye, your crown chakra, your spirit guides, your higher self, blah, 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 all the way up and down from Mother Earth to God, whatever. Godhead, God, the universe, godness. Becoming part of something bigger than yourself, which is in and of itself yourself. And maybe to do with these secrets that, where have they gone? I don't know where they've gone. Oh, here they are. These secrets that you are holding, a little bit of forgiveness won't go amiss. This person who's going to come raging at you slowly, they're not a fast mover. But to be honest, can you blame them? Because they don't know what you know, and they might know things that you don't. So, can you blame them? They're not going to come and trip you up, so don't worry about that. So, with persistence, I can move mountains. I am powerful. I am strong. Nothing can break me. So, get rid of this, Virgo. Get rid of this. The burden's coming to an end, and the burden has proved how really strong you are. So there's a commitment coming that you're going to enjoy rather than the commitment you're feeling at the moment, because the terms of your commitment at the moment, they're falling to pieces. These secrets are coming out. You don't need to keep them anymore. You're not the one that's going to break the silence. You're not the one that's going to reveal them, but they are going to be revealed if they haven't already been revealed by the looks of things. Something has been unearthed that makes everybody go, hang on a minute, and they're asking questions, and they'll sort it all out. But in all of this, you're going to be fine, because people will be able to recognize that you did everything for the right reasons. I'm not going to say one way or another whether you did the right thing or not, but as far as you was concerned, you were doing the right thing. So, hey, So, Happy New Year. Enjoy your Saturn-Pluto conjunction. Um, just stop worrying and stressing yourself out, because you've got this. You can do it. So if this means anything to you, Virgo, comment down below. I nearly said downstairs. Comment down below. Please press subscribe while you're there. It does help the channel, or a like or a share won't go amiss. And stay tuned, because check out your waxing moon reading. That will appear any second now on the screen if it hasn't already. And there will obviously be full moon, or is it new moon? Whichever next one's coming up on the 10th. I've forgotten all of a sudden, but it's a lunar eclipse. So, it's new moon. So quite important. No, full moon. What am I talking about? Full moon. But yeah, there'll be a full moon reading come out as well. So, Happy New Year. Have fun and you'll be fine. Cheers.